It was a sunny Saturday morning when my life took an unexpected turn. I had just finished breakfast and was lounging on the couch, flipping through TV channels, when my sister, Emily, burst into the living room with an air of excitement that was impossible to ignore. "Hey, Jake," she called out, a wide grin plastered across her face. "I've got a crazy idea, and I need your help." I raised an eyebrow, intrigued but also wary. Emily was known for her spontaneous and sometimes wild ideas. "What's up, Em?" "Well," she began, flopping down beside me and leaning in conspiratorially, "you know how our school's cheerleading squad is one member short? And how the regional competition is coming up in just a few weeks." I nodded, vaguely aware of the situation. Emily was the captain of the cheerleading squad and took her role very seriously. "Yeah, I heard about that. What's that got to do with me?" Emily's grin widened, and I felt a pang of unease. "I want you to fill in this spot, just temporarily, until we find someone permanent." My jaw dropped. "Me? A cheerleader? Are you out of your mind?" "Come on, Jake, hear me out," she pleaded. "We've tried everything else. None of the girls in school can commit, and we don't have enough time to train someone from scratch. You're fit, you know the routines from watching me practice, and you're about the same height as Jenna, the girl who left." I shook my head, the absurdity of the idea making me laugh. "Emily, I'm a guy. How do you expect me to blend in with the cheerleaders?" "That's where the fun part comes in," she said, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "We'll disguise you as a girl. With a little makeup, a wig, and the right outfit, no one will know the difference. Please, Jake, this is our only chance. If we don't have a full squad, we can't compete." I stared at her, my mind racing. The thought of dressing up as a girl was both mortifying and strangely intriguing. I had always admired Emily's confidence and grace, and a part of me wondered what it would be like to step into her world, even if just for a little while. "Okay," I said finally, my voice shaky. "I'll do it, but just until you find someone else." Emily squealed with delight and threw her arms around me. "Thank you, thank you, thank you. You have no idea how much this means to me." The next few days were a whirlwind of preparation. Emily took charge of my transformation with the enthusiasm of a Hollywood makeup artist. She brought home an assortment of clothes, wigs, and makeup, and we spent hours in her room, experimenting with different looks. "Hold still," she instructed, applying foundation to my face with a practiced hand. "We need to cover up any stubble and make your skin look flawless." I sat patiently, trying to ignore the ticklish sensation of the makeup brush. Emily worked meticulously, applying eyeliner, mascara, and eyeshadow with the precision of a surgeon. When she finally handed me a mirror, I hardly recognized the person staring back at me. "Wow," I whispered, touching my face in disbelief. "I actually look like a girl." Emily beamed with pride. "Told you so. Now, let's try on the wig." She carefully placed a long, blonde wig on my head, adjusting it until it sat perfectly. The transformation was complete. I stood up and looked at myself in the full-length mirror, feeling a mixture of excitement and nervousness. "You look amazing, Jake," Emily said, her voice filled with admiration. "Now, let's find you an outfit." She rummaged through a pile of clothes and pulled out a cheerleading uniform. "This should fit you. Jenna left it behind, and it's your size." I hesitated, feeling a wave of embarrassment. "Do I really have to wear that?" "Yes, you do," Emily insisted. "It's part of the disguise. Plus, you need to get used to moving in it if you're going to join our practices." With a sigh, I took the uniform and went to the bathroom to change. When I emerged, Emily's eyes lit up. "You look perfect. Now, let's see you do some of the routines." Over the next week, I practiced with the cheerleading squad every day after school. At first, it was awkward and challenging, but Emily and the other girls were incredibly supportive and patient. They taught me the cheers, the dance moves, and even how to do a few basic stunts. To my surprise, I found myself enjoying it. The physical activity was exhilarating, and there was a sense of camaraderie among the cheerleaders that I had never experienced before. As the days went by, I became more confident in my new role and started to feel a sense of pride in my ability to keep up with the girls. The regional competition was fast approaching, and our squad was ready. I had fully embraced my new persona, and the girls had accepted me as one of their own. We practiced tirelessly, perfecting our routines and building our confidence. The night before the competition, Emily gathered the squad for a pep talk. "We've worked so hard for this moment," she said, her voice filled with determination. "Tomorrow, we show everyone what we're made of. And remember, no matter what happens, we're a team. We support each other, and we give it our all." The next day, we arrived at the competition venue early in the morning. The atmosphere was electric, with squads from different schools bustling around, warming up and getting ready. I felt a knot of nerves in my stomach, but also a sense of excitement. As we waited for our turn to perform, Emily pulled me aside. "Jake, I just want to say how proud I am of you. You've been amazing, and I couldn't have asked for a better brother." I smiled, feeling a swell of emotion. "Thanks, Em. I couldn't have done it without you." When our time came, we took our positions on the mat, the crowd cheering us on. The music started, and we launched into our routine with precision and energy. Every move, every cheer, every stunt was executed flawlessly. I felt a rush of adrenaline, feeding off the energy of the crowd and my teammates. As we finished our routine, the audience erupted in applause. We had done it. We had nailed our performance, and the sense of accomplishment was overwhelming. Emily hugged me tightly, tears of joy in her eyes. "We did it, Jake. We really did it." In the weeks that followed the competition, life slowly returned to normal. The cheerleading squad had found a new permanent member, and my days as a cheerleader were officially over. But the experience had changed me in ways I hadn't anticipated. I had gained a newfound appreciation for the dedication and hard work that went into cheerleading. I had also discovered a side of myself that I never knew existed. Dressing up as a girl, embracing my feminine side, and being part of a team had been an eye-opening experience. One afternoon, as I was hanging out in my room, Emily knocked on the door and walked in. "Hey, Jake. I wanted to talk to you about something." "Sure, what's up?" She sat down on my bed, looking thoughtful. "I've been thinking about everything that's happened, and I realized something. You are amazing as a cheerleader, not just because you learned the routines, but because you embraced it. You were confident, graceful, and totally in your element." I blushed, feeling a mix of pride and embarrassment. "Thanks, Em. It was definitely an experience." She smiled warmly. "I think there's more to it than that. I think you discovered a part of yourself that you really liked. And I want you to know that it's okay. It's okay to explore that side of yourself, to embrace it if that's what makes you happy." I looked at her, feeling a lump in my throat. "You really think so?" "I know so," she said firmly. "And whatever you decide, I'll always support you." In the months that followed, I took Emily's words to heart. I started experimenting with different styles and looks, gradually building my confidence and embracing my identity. It wasn't always easy, and there were challenges along the way, but I had the support of my sister and the friends I had made on the cheerleading squad. As I stood in front of the mirror one evening, dressed in a stylish outfit and feeling more comfortable in my own skin than ever before, I realized that my journey was just beginning. The experience of being a cheerleader had opened up a world of possibilities, and I was excited to see where it would lead. With Emily by my side, I knew I could face whatever came my way. And as I looked at my reflection, I saw not just a cheerleader, but a person who was finally discovering who they truly were. The school year continued, and with it came new challenges and opportunities. I had become more comfortable expressing myself and had even started to dress more androgynously at school. Most of my classmates were supportive, and those who weren't gradually became irrelevant to me. Emily continued to be my rock, always encouraging me and helping me navigate this new chapter of my life. She even introduced me to some of her friends who were part of the LGBTQ+ community. They welcomed me with open arms and provided a support network that was invaluable. One day, Emily and I were hanging out at a local cafe when she brought up an idea that took me by surprise. "Jake, have you ever thought about joining a support group for people like us? It could be really helpful." I sipped my coffee, considering her suggestion. I guess I haven't really thought about it. Do you know of any good ones? She nodded enthusiastically. Yeah, there's one I heard about from a friend. It's a group for young people who are exploring their gender identity. They meet once a week, and I've heard great things about it. The idea intrigued me. While I had Emily and her friends for support, I knew that connecting with others who are going through similar experiences could be incredibly beneficial. All right, let's give it a try. The following week, Emily and I attended our first meeting. The group was small but diverse, with people at various stages of their journeys. The facilitator, a kind and understanding woman named Laura, welcomed us warmly and encouraged everyone to share their stories. As I listened to others speak about their struggles and triumphs, I felt a sense of solidarity and belonging. When it was my turn to share, I spoke about my experience as a cheerleader and how it had opened my eyes to a part of myself I hadn't fully understood before. The group was incredibly supportive, and I left the meeting feeling uplifted and inspired. Over the next few months, I attended regularly and formed close bonds with several members. We shared our hopes, fears, and dreams, providing each other with the strength and encouragement needed to navigate our journeys. As time went on, I continued to explore my identity and become more comfortable with who I was. I started going by the name Jessica, a name that felt more aligned with my true self. Emily was thrilled and fully supported my decision, even helping me update my social media profiles and introducing me to her friends by my new name. The cheerleading squad, who had become like a second family to me, were also incredibly supportive. They embraced me as Jessica and encouraged me to be true to myself. Their acceptance meant the world to me and gave me the confidence to continue on my journey. One day, Emily and I were sitting in our backyard, enjoying the warm summer breeze. She turned to me with a thoughtful expression. Jessica, have you thought about what you want to do next? I mean, in terms of your transition. I looked at her, feeling a mix of excitement and apprehension. I've been thinking about it a lot. I know it's a long process, but I think I'm ready to start taking steps towards a full transition. It's scary, but I feel like it's what I need to do to truly be myself. Emily reached out and squeezed my hand. I'm so proud of you, Jessica. Whatever you decide, I'll be with you every step of the way. With Emily's unwavering support, I began the process of transitioning. I started seeing a therapist who specialized in gender identity issues, and they helped me navigate the emotional and psychological aspects of my journey. I also began hormone replacement therapy, which brought about changes that made me feel more at home in my own body. The journey wasn't easy, and there were moments of doubt and fear, but with each step, I felt a growing sense of peace and authenticity. Emily and my support group were always there to lift me up when I needed it, reminding me that I was not alone. As I continued to transition, my confidence grew, and I started to embrace life with a newfound sense of freedom. I became more active in the LGBTQ+ community, attending events and advocating for greater acceptance and understanding. I also began sharing my story through social media and public speaking, hoping to inspire others who were struggling with their own identities. One day, Emily and I were sitting in our living room, reminiscing about the journey we had been on together. It's amazing how far we've come, she said, her eyes filled with pride. From that crazy idea of turning you into a cheerleader to where you are now, it's been an incredible ride. I smiled, feeling a surge of gratitude. I couldn't have done it without you, You've been my rock through all of this. She hugged me tightly. And I'll always be here for you, Jessica, no matter what. As I looked back on the journey, I realized that what had started as a wild and unexpected adventure had turned into a profound and transformative experience. I had discovered my true self, gained a supportive community, and built a life that was authentic and fulfilling. And as I looked forward to the future, I knew that with Emily by my side and the strength I had gained along the way, I could face whatever challenges came my way. I was ready to embrace life as Jessica, proud of who I was and excited for the journey ahead. The day finally came when I would step into the world as my true self, not just in the confines of my home or within the supportive circles I had built, but out in the broader world. It was my first day back at school after completing my transition, and I was both excited and nervous. Emily had woken up early to help me get ready. "You look beautiful, Jessica," she said, adjusting a strand of my hair. "Remember, you're strong and you're loved. Don't let anyone make you feel otherwise." I nodded, feeling a swell of emotion. "Thanks, Em. I don't know what I'd do without you." As I walked into school, I felt a mix of fear and exhilaration. I had informed the school administration about my transition, and they had been supportive, ensuring that the necessary adjustments were made. Still, I knew that facing my peers would be the real test. To my surprise and relief, the response was overwhelmingly positive. My friends, many of whom had known me as Jake, embraced me as Jessica. There were some curious glances and a few whispers, but overall, the acceptance I received was heartwarming. During lunch, I joined Emily and our friends at our usual table. They welcomed me with smiles and encouragement, and for the first time, I felt a sense of normalcy. I was no longer hiding or pretending to be someone I wasn't. I was Jessica, and I was proud of it. The rest of the day passed in a blur of classes and interactions, each one reinforcing my belief that I had made the right decision. As I walked home with Emily that afternoon, I felt a sense of accomplishment and peace. "You did it, Jessica," Emily said, giving me a proud smile. "How do you feel?" I took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the journey I had been on and the possibilities that lay ahead. "I feel amazing. It's like I'm finally living my life the way it was meant to be lived." As the years went by, I continued to grow and evolve. I graduated from high school and went on to college, pursuing a degree in social work with the goal of helping others who were struggling with their identities. Emily and I remained as close as ever, our bond strengthened by the journey we had shared. I became an advocate for the LGBTQ+ community, using my story to inspire and empower others. I spoke at schools, conferences, and events, spreading a message of acceptance, love, and the importance of being true to oneself. Through it all, I never forgot the pivotal moment that had set me on this path, the day my sister turned me into a cheerleader. What had started as a wild and unexpected adventure had transformed my life in ways I could never have imagined. Looking back, I realized that the journey was not just about discovering my gender identity. It was about embracing who I was, finding my voice, and learning to live authentically. It was about the love and support of my sister, who had believed in me and stood by my side every step of the way. As I stood on the stage at my college graduation, looking out at the sea of faces, I felt a profound sense of gratitude and fulfillment. I had come a long way from that hesitant boy who had agreed to don a cheerleading uniform. I had found my true self, my purpose, and a future filled with endless possibilities. And as I took a deep breath and stepped forward to receive my diploma, I knew that this was just the beginning of a beautiful and exciting journey. A journey of love, acceptance, and the unwavering belief that being true to oneself is the greatest gift of all. Thank you so much for watching till now. It means the world to have you here. This community is all about empowering each other and celebrating the incredible journeys of everyone on their path to living authentically. If you're ever feeling lost or alone, remember you have a whole family here for you. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and let's keep inspiring each other, sending you all the love and strength in the world. Until next time, live your life by your rules.